$500 left for?
The project closed out with minimal funds, and the project gets closed off the books, and then just gets, we didn't bond that money. It was less money we bonded.
Okay, so like, for example, the high school building committee, we're well under budget, so there was nothing like that to pay for the thank you party for the volunteers, to pay for the professional development, the education session. None
The
of that
project was closed out prior, just like the school roof, so the school roofs are doing great, we're really under budget, we're only gonna bond, just because we
Things related to
authorized
the
it,
project,
we're
right,
not
of
gonna use
course.
it. We bond, if we need 500, but we authorize 1,000, we bond the 500, that extra 500, we're not gonna tax the taxpayers on money we don't need.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. We will, Chair Chaplinsky will come back. I will hand over the gavel.
Stay.
Thank you, Jen. Okay, moving on to item number 8, Town Attorney's Report. Mr. Assistant Town Attorney.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. Chairman. I'm happily report I do not have a report to provide to the council. There's nothing of any urgency to provide an update on.
Does anybody have any questions on the report of no report?
Mr. Martaccio, how long did you prepare for tonight's meeting? That's a joke. Thanks, Lou.
7.5 hours.
Now we're getting billed for that. Nice job.
Yeah. Thanks, Lou.
Okay. We're going to move on to item number 8, Public Communications. If there's any member of the public who would like to speak, come on up. Please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, my name is Brian Teskey. I'm at 362 Mill Street. Right up
Mr.
there.
Teskey.
I'd like to continue on my conversation about the 12 firemen. I FOIA requested the incidents that the fire department reported to for the last 12 months to try to see what's justifying $2 million for 12 more firemen. And I gotta be honest with you, I really don't see it here. You may be thinking, who is this guy? Well, I'm a Six Sigma Black Belt, Danaher trained, Toyota Japanese trained. I know how to run projects. I know how to run capital appropriations. I worked for Danaher for over 20 years. I have some knowledge in the industry. And the yearly total looks like there were 550 false alarms that we responded to. There were 505 rescue EMS incidents, which I now have a FOIA request in for. I was wondering what the contract is with AMR. I'm wondering why the fire department's reporting the EMS stuff. I asked for their contract. I asked for any call reports that they supply the town with, which I'm sure they do because we pay them. So there's 1,000 calls right there that I'm not quite sure that we really do anything that warrants 12 firemen. Hazardous responses, there were 235. Not quite sure what those are. Service calls of 155. There were actually 79 fires in the 12 months that I looked at. Good intent, I'm not sure what good intents are, but there were 25 of those. False alarms clearly, false call clearly led the pack. With 550, the rescue and the EMS, which I thought we paid people to do EMS. I'm not quite sure why we're double paying for that. I know they're looking for $2 million for these 12 firemen, and I just don't understand how he's justifying it. I don't see it in these numbers. I'll be back again as soon as I get the EMS numbers to try to understand why our fire department has responded to EMS stuff. I mean, if it's in conjunction with an accident, okay, I get it. But if it's like somebody had a heart attack at their house or something happened at the house, I'm not quite sure why we would send any more than EMS. I just don't understand it. So I will be back to add to this when I get the EMS stuff. On a side note, Councilman Palmera, if you could give my wife a call about whether you guys want the free Culligan water at the road race.
Oh,
Did that word get to you?
yes, yes, thanks. I
So-
didn't know, make the connection.
They're not gonna hold it forever, so if you want the free water at the roadways before they give it away to somebody else and attend somebody else's event, if you could just give her a call, and they'll work it all out, and they'll come and give the free water away.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
And, Mr. Teske, also, once a month, there is a fire commission meeting, too, that you may be able to attend and actually ask some of those detailed questions and get some of the answers there, too, as well. Happy to come back and hear what the outcome of your
If I go there, will
investigation
they
is.
answer some of my questions for me?
Oh, the chairman of the fire commission sitting right here in the room with the white hat in the back, you can ask him, I'm sure he'd be happy to help get some of the information that you're requesting.
I have no problem doing that.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Free water?
Good to see you.
him? Or-
Anybody else would like to speak during public communications? Anybody else like to speak during public communications? No?
Shut it down.
Chairman Wilk, are you coming up to speak? You are.
I'll get your name from Alex.
Okay. Chairman of the Fire Commission, Tim Wilk. Please state your name and address for the record.
Of course, thank you. Tim Wilk, resident at 144 Scenic Drive. Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the council, Alex. I'm in front of you today. I wanted to bring to your attention that we had another firefighter step down, and I'm concerned about the trend. We obviously took a deep dive on this at the last meeting, and I thought it was very well articulated, the need for the firefighters, but it's not enough to keep them in-house here. In fact, this firefighter has taken a $30,000 pay cut, and may come as no surprise to you, but he cited safety concerns. Additionally, he actually leveraged this in his argument for when he was competing for the job. He said, I'm currently doing the work of 2 and 2.5 firefighters, so it seems like I'd be a reasonably good fit here at his new fire department. Also mentioned that there are many other limitations at his new employer. It wasn't any more specific other than there are specific things in the contract, flexibility in the contract, the pay, which I already mentioned. But so I bring this to your attention because this is now the second one. You might remember we had a captain step down a while back, a very experienced firefighter. So we lost all that capability. And by all accounts, in fact, from 3 of this firefighter's superiors, they said separately to me that he was generally regarded as one of the best firefighters and a fantastic paramedic. This firefighter told me himself that he agonized over the decision 7 times. He tried to write his letter of resignation and just couldn't do it. He loved the department that much, loved the work environment, save for the safety concerns, but it kind of speaks for itself. I'm concerned that this trend is only going to grow and we're going to continue to lose good, experienced firefighters. So I say these things to keep them fresh in head, building on the conversation and the presentation that we had at the last meeting. So I'm hoping this is the last time, but thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chair Wilk. Anybody else from the public who would like to speak during public communications? Anybody else for public communications? Jen, did you want to use it? Okay. Public communications is closed.
Got it.
All right, we're going to move on to item number 10. Old business. I will once again turn it over to the vice chair and step down.
Madam Vice Chair, if I may, I just want to correct myself. I spoke with Mr. Morelli. Mr. Morelli is not requesting the New York trip. I just want to, for the record, I'll correct my statement. I read it differently than I believe it was intended to be written, so that request is not there. Not the trip itself is not being requested, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so Chair Chaplinsky has recused himself. Councilperson Morelli has recused himself. Town manager has made a correction. So this is, we're looking for an action on James Morelli request for reimbursement of plaques and library thank you party. So we will, what is the pleasure of the council? And then we will have a discussion. Yes, Chris.
Can I suggest we separate these two items? I think they are two different, just by the conversations from the town manager, they are really distinct topics to discuss. Is that okay? Okay, so I'll make a
Okay.
motion to separate the request, and now it's only two, so the plaques, and then separate the thank you party for the volunteers.
Okay, so we have
I'll
a
make that
motion.
To
Okay,
separate those two.
and,
I'll second that.
okay, a second, okay. We'll go into discussion. Oh, do we need a motion for each one? Okay,
Okay.
Can I make a motion to approve the thank you party for the
Well, we
library?
have to, don't we have to vote on the motion to separate? Yeah.
okay. We have a motion to separate the two topics. We have a second.
Discussion around that.
Yes, we're going to have a discussion on that. Is there any discussion on that?
Well, I don't see it's necessary because both, you know, as councillors, we have to be shown to be following procedures, you know, and not just town procedures by the book, but how you fairly, you know, put things through, okay? And neither of these were, and I think they're both the same problem. The library party is, you know, Alex said he told him, Councillor Morelli told him that he was going to pay for that. He was going to pay for the food there, and then he changed his mind. That's, you know, no, I don't think we should approve that. And obviously the reimbursement of the plaques, there were so many things wrong with that. You know, obviously town policies were, you know, were ignored. But the fact of putting paperwork in that has no resemblance to reality as justification for payment, you know, really worries me. As councillors, we should be against people using their situation, their, you know, the fact they're elected official, or, you know, we should be against them using it to try and get around, you know, regular council procedures. Okay, hopefully we don't do it with our developers and anybody else who's asking us to do things. You know, we don't do that. We ask people to act, you know, in accordance with them, and we treat them as such. We don't make exceptions for anybody. And the town manager had an email to us recently where someone tried to do that. Okay, it wasn't, obviously we're not an elected official, you know, but it was somebody in town. Once you start doing this, then, you know, then I'm sorry, it's not a council that I would like to be part of, to be perfectly honest. So I don't think they should be separated, because I'm going to vote no on both anyway, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
So the reason I said to separate them is, Tony, exactly for the reason you said. The town manager said he did approve the thank you party. He said he could take it out of his own budget, and there was a discussion before it occurred. Conversely, you're right, these were not approved prior, and wasn't a discussion. So that's why I'm saying to separate them, because they are different. One followed, Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, did you not say that the conversation was had before the thank you party? You said you attended, you said you could spend the money yourself to authorize it yourself. Did I miss that?
No, I fully authorized, under my own authority, the pizzas for the party.
Okay, so that was authorized, Tony. That's why I said we should be talking about them separately, because one was authorized, one was not. So
I just want to read something from the town manager to Jim. I offered to have the town pay for the food, the appreciation pizza party. It's an email that we all received. You let me know you plan on paying for the party and the plaques. If a councillor tells you that, no, we don't want payment, and then more than a year later asks for payment. You don't think there's anything wrong with that? You don't think that's outside of normal town procedures? I do, but I mean, if others don't, then that's fine.
Again, I'm just asking.
I know, I know.
Was there a conversation that you, Alex, said that you have money to thank the volunteers that volunteered their time for the project for that party?
That's correct, it was, I did prior authorize it, and then,
Before the money was spent?
before the money was spent,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else on discussion on separation?
So I agree with Tony's sentiment, but I also agree with Chris's. I know that's a conflict there, but Alex said he was going to pay for the pizza. I'm okay in supporting that. I'm certainly not okay in supporting the plaques.
Any more discussion on separation? I just have one, before we call a vote. Okay, so you, sorry, Mr. Town Manager, you and Jim just talked, and he said that he was not submitting the New York City trip. However, I thought we had an email, and in the email, it was requesting that reimbursement. The email had suggested,
The way I read it, it was, because it said, and I am volunteering my time, but Mr. Morelli has clarified to me that the entire trip, he's donating time and expense.
okay. My understanding was that he had wanted the reimbursement, but okay. Okay. Ms. Town Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Zoni,
Yes.
Clock,
No.
Del Santo,
Abstain.
Gaeta,
Yes.
Morrison,
No.
Palmieri,
Yes.
Serafino,
Yes.
All right. Motion passes 4-2. Hold on. 4-1. Okay. So we now need a motion to, we're looking for action to either approve or deny each the plaques and the pizza.
Can I now make a motion to approve the pizza party for the volunteers?
Yes. Is there a second? Second. Okay. We have a motion and a second for the pizza for the volunteers. Any discussion? Yes, Mr. Serafino.
I'll support this, but it is only because Alex said he was going to pay for it. Otherwise, and the volunteers, I don't think a pizza party is outside of the realm of that as a thank you. So I'll be supporting the pizza based on that.
Thank you. Any other comments on the pizza for the volunteers?
Is there any paperwork for this pizza party?
I do have a copy of a receipt.
That's just a receipt, right? That's all you've got, right? Okay. No, in terms of an authorization. Is there any paperwork in terms of an authorization?
No, but I can state on the record I verbally authorized.
Any more comments on the pizza party? Okay. I will just make a final comment. I absolutely don't want to punish volunteers. We're all volunteers. We spend a lot of time, many hours. However, I cannot imagine being a chair of a committee and going about how this went about. It's completely informal, against the policy. There should have been a formal written request, formal approval, and so I will not support it. Ms. Clerk, can you call the roll?
Zoni,
Yes.
Clock,
No.
Del Santo,
Abstain.
Gaeta,
Yes.
Morrison,
No.
Palmieri,
Yes.
Serafino,
Yes.
Okay, motion passes 4-1. I'm looking for action on approval for reimbursement of the plaques for the Library Building Committee.
Motion to deny?
Motion to deny,
Second.
Second from Councilperson Del Santo. Any discussion? Yes, Chris.
Just to reiterate Josh's points, I mean, the invoice is made out to the Southington Republican Town Committee. I didn't have any knowledge of that, obviously. There weren't other quotes. I don't remember talking about this. I don't remember it being in a discussion to the actual project itself. So again, I just want to reiterate a lot of the objections that Josh mentioned earlier.
Thank you, Chris. Any other discussion? We didn't talk about one thing. There's a check, you had mentioned there's a check mentioned
Yeah.
that there was payment. Did we ever get a copy of that check?
It just says, so, in the packet, I did not see that, and it was just listed on the invoice, that was dated, the 12/5 number.
Okay.
It has a check number, I think it was 125 and an amount, but I don't believe there's a copy that I saw.
I don't have one. I can triple check, but it's my understanding no check's been presented.
Okay. So we're being asked to reimburse money to Councilperson Morelli, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And we don't actually know if we have no record of actually payment to the vendor.
We don't have a paper documentation trail, correct?
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion on this topic? Okay, so it's a motion to deny, which means a vote yes is to deny it, and a vote no is to support it. Ms. Clerk, can you call the roll?
Zoni,
Yes.
Clock,
Yes.
Del Santo,
Abstain.
Gaida,
I know. Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Palmieri,
Yes.
Serafino.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-1.
601.
601, sorry, thank you. Okay. Ooh. Chair Chaplinsky will take back the gavel.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, and to the clerk. Everything that we have in our packet to prepare for today's meeting, can you please make sure it's in the meeting minutes?
The entire packet?
The entire packet. Thank you. Okay. We are going to move on to item number, this is, you want to put that in, even though you abstained? You sure?
The vice chair was asking if there was a check, there's a check.
Yeah, I understand. You want to pass it in?
Yes.
Okay, that's for you, Madam Clerk. Okay, item B, old business, number 10B, tax refunds.
I would like to make a motion to approve the tax refunds as presented in our packet.
We have a motion from Mrs. Gaida,
Second.
second from Mr. Del Santo. Any discussion on the tax refunds? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously. Item C, appointments, Cable Advisory Committee, 4 members, 2-year term expiring July 2028. I think we're looking for a motion to reappoint everybody to that board.
Can I table one of our 2 appointments?
Sure.
I'd like to suggest we reappoint Mr. Darowski. I
Darowski, yeah.
received confirmation that
Okay.
he's willing. I'm still waiting to hear back from Ms. Brunoli, so I'd
Okay.
like to table that one.
So
But
I'm looking for a motion to reappoint everybody to that board with the exception of
And we'll
Ms.
table.
Brunoli.
I'll make
Table
that
Ms.
motion,
Brunoli.
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Second.
Second? All in favor for that? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so we'll put up Ms. Brunoli's reappointment or in a Democrat appointment to Cable Advisory at the next meeting.
Perfect.
And then we've added an agenda item number 2, open space. We're looking for a Board of Finance member for open space. I'm sorry, a Planning and Zoning Commission member for open space. to fill a vacancy, and I received the name of Mike Goodrich. I believe it's a council chair, is that correct? A chairman's appointment. So Mike Goodrich from Planning and Zoning to Open Space. Anybody have issue with that? Good, okay. All right, then. We're looking for a motion to adjourn. Second was Josh. All in favor? Any discussion on adjourning? Aye. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Thanks.